So it's the last episode of season 2. It's Tyler and Joey. I wanted to show you what's behind us. This really cool map of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We can learn from this map about the real mountains. So.
Wait, you're saying that this right here is not the real mountains, Tyler? If I'm reading you correctly, you're saying that this is a representation of these mountains, not the real mountains.
Not the real mountains.
This right here is not the actual mountains.
Not the actual mountains, no.
I'm gonna need you to prove that to me, Tyler.
Well, I'll show you the actual mountains. I'll show you the real mountains right now.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
See, Joey? Those are the real mountains. That's it. What do you think?
Okay, I think I got it.
Today, we are going to go outside and in our journals, create a model. Really what a model is just kind of a representation of a larger, more complex thing that we try to kind of simplify. In our case, a journal, like one page. You know, here this is a model of the mountains, and the mountains are really big with lots of roads and trails and rivers, hundreds of thousands of acres of land into like one small piece and model. And this is just a model to try to represent that. So we're going to do that. We're going to grab our journals, go outside and create a model in our journals. Tell me about your model.
I found this weird spot on the drive, there's a gravel driveway over there. There's the house that has the gravel driveway. Kind of right in the middle of the driveway as it's going up toward the house, there's this really conspicuous sudden spot where the gravel is kind of covered in dirt and it's got greenery and some plants and moss and stuff growing on it. So it really caught my attention and I decided to investigate and see if I could figure out how that got there and maybe make a model of kind of my theory of how it got there.
I first noticed that the spot happened right where the driveway attached to this trail. And in fact, when you look at the trail, it almost looks as though the spot is just kind of pouring out from it. So I figured this trail must have something to do with the spot.
So I'm gonna go get up on this trail and see if I can find anything else out.
On the trail, I found a couple of spots that looked like pine straw and other debris had been moved and then lodged against roots, which is something that I know happens when water flows down a trail.
So it seems like maybe what's going on is water rushes down this trail. It takes away bits of sediment and things and moves it down there toward the spot, the weird spot, which I have now started calling Weird Spot.
The last bit of evidence that I found was that across the driveway from the trail, there was a patch of jewelweed, and really only in this spot across from the trail. And since I know that jewelweed is a plant that requires a lot of water, it seemed pretty apparent that water was flowing from the trail across the driveway.
So I think that I know what's going on. I think that water flows down the trail and across the driveway, carrying with it bits of soil and other things, and then moves into this area off the side of the driveway. And then because there's all this soil and water that comes here, plants can grow here way better than they can other spots on the driveway, so it makes this big old patch. So that's what I'm gonna draw a model of, and it's gonna be super rad. I drew, where the trail meets the driveway And my first panel, I drew some arrows representing water and soil moving down the trail, and then moving over the driveway and depositing the soil as it flows over it. And then after the, as the soil gets deposited, that area becomes more habitable for plants and things to grow. So then I started drawing plants growing. Also, I found some jewelweed on the opposite side of the driveway from the trail. And since I knew that jewelweed likes a lot of water, like I was like, okay, well, this kind of serves my hypothesis, right? Because
that's cool.
Clearly a lot of water is flowing right around here.
Yeah.
So that was my thought.
I found a tree that had fallen over, and I was thinking about, what happened to the tree in the past, what's going to happen to the tree in the future. All I had was the current moment, right? So I kind of created like a little comic strip for a decomposing log. So the first two panels are the decomposing log, like things that happened in the past. So I put like a seed, and then the seed started to grow a little bit, and then like it grew a bunch into a big tree. And then on the second panel, the tree fell. Why did the tree fall? Maybe it was a combination of things. Maybe it was just one thing, maybe the wind. Third slide, which is the current kind of decomposition. There's moss and mushrooms and bugs.
Bugs!
And but it's going to break down even more, and then eventually it's going to turn into like soil, or part of the soil.
Cool.